welcome to Kevin's Covers. Today we are going to do the Rolling Stones' very first hit, Bobby Womack's It's All Over Now. Welcome to Kevin's Covers, your go-to channel for solo acoustic covers of songs you do with one guitar and one voice. Today we are doing Bobby Womack's It's All Over Now, a little bit closer to the Rolling Stones version, which was their first hit, as I just mentioned, just before the little intro. Anyway, this is, I'm going to call this intermediate in terms of difficulty. It's on the easier side of intermediate. Let's take a look at the song, at my version of it, my performance, then we'll come back and I'll show you how it's done.
Baby used to stay out all night long. She made me cry, you know she'd done me wrong. She hurt my eyes open, that's no lie. Tables turning, now it's her turn to cry. Because I used to love her, but that's all over now. Oh yeah, I used to love her, but that's all over now. To run around with every man in town, spend all my money playing the high-class game. She put me out, it was a pity how I cried. Tables turning, now it's her turn to cry. Because I used to love her, but that's all over now. Oh yeah, I used to love her, but that's all over now. Wake in the morning, get my breakfast in bed. When I got worried, she eased my aching head. Now she's here and there with every man in town, still trying to take me for that same old clown. Because I used to love her, but that's all over now. Oh yeah, I used to love her, but that's all over now. Oh yeah, I used to love her, but that's all over now.
Well, that was my version of It's All Over Now. Before we get started, please do remember to subscribe to the channel. It's easy to do, and you can see all these acoustic covers I've come up with. So I'll give you a minute. There you go. Well, a second. Hopefully you just subscribe there. You just got to hit a little button. In the meantime, let's take a look at how this song is done. This is really straightforward. It's G, right? 1-4-5 in G major. So my version is it has elements of Bobby Womack's version. Personally, I actually prefer Bobby Womack's version. I'd point out he did it in A as opposed to G. I'm doing it in G as the Stones did. And the bass is just, you know, I'm keeping a little bit of the bass in terms of this. So we're just hitting that 1, 3, 5, and then hammering on that E over here, right, in the G. Baby used to stay out all night long, that's all. The only other thing to keep in mind over the verses are when we go into the chorus is really important to... I used to love her. He's going to the D. C. Right? Man, there you get it. That's pretty much the thing. Now, the only thing that makes it even vaguely intermediate in difficulty is what I'm doing over the instrumental. And all I'm doing and in fact, maybe I should have called this just easy because, hey, it's not that difficult, is doing something a little bit reminiscent of some of the instrumental work in Bobby Womack's version, where it's so I'm sliding up, just holding, I'm fretting the 3rd fret in both the 6th and the 1st strings, right? And sliding that up into the 7th fret. Back to the G. A little bit of flat ping. So I'm hammering on the 3rd string and the 2nd fret, and then up to that D sus4. Right, back to the C, and then there's all these little flat picking things that you really should know how to do on the C. Right? Your 2nd finger on that C can do so much. Easy peasy. Put that all together, and you have It's All Over Now. Just a little thing about this song. I always really liked this song. Even though the Stones version of it kind of sucks. I mean, if you listen to the original recording, I mean, they were young, man. This was their first hit, and they recorded it, I think, only about a year after Bobby Womack did. I think it was 64. I think this song came out pretty much when I was born. If I remember correctly, I think it was even June 64. I was born in June 64. But anyway, if you listen to it, though, Keith, first of all, rhythmically, they're nowhere near tight. I mean, Charlie Watts, of course, is right in because that's what Charlie Watts did, but they were kind of a little bit all over the place. And Keith Richards' solo is awful. Even he didn't like the solo afterwards. If you read his autobiography, which of course I have, he talks about the fact it wasn't the best solo. But hey, it really got them going, and Mick was great. So anyway, that's my little story about It's All Over Now. It's a fun little song to do. It's pretty easy, and there's no reason not to do it. So be my guest. Hopefully that's useful for you. And if it was, then please do like the video. Please do subscribe if you didn't do it already. And come back, in which case I'll see you next time. And in the meantime, rock on.